Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it's February 24th, 2012, and it's 11:25 a.m. in the morning. I wanted to just do sort of a random uh, little thing here. Politics. I've Looks like the Republicans are really, really blowing it big time. It's unbelievable. I was saying back a few months ago that Barack Obama had a very good chance of losing the election because of the economic situation and everything. But the Republicans are doing everything in their power to make sure that he wins. This, I think, even now, and I expect Romney to get the nomination for the Republican side. I think that everything that's happened and people are really, really getting a good look at the Republican Party and seeing what they're like. So I think not only does Obama have a very good chance now, I think, of winning, but I think other Democrats do too, the House and the Senate. So very interesting situation. As a Democrat, I'm very happy with the situation in a way. It's not good for the nation to have two parties at each other, in this manner, and to have deadlock and to have absolute hatred and, refusal to work together. So that isn't good, but I'm wanting the Democrats to win. I'm definitely not wanting the Republicans to win. I really think what the Republicans should do, well, you would think, okay, let's say, because it's happened in the past, okay, let's say that Romney is the Republican nominee and he loses, which is what I think is going to happen. You would think then that the Republican Party would evaluate themselves in the situation and look back and see what they've done wrong. And then for the next election, that they would do better. But I don't think with the Republican Party that happens. I think what will happen is, what should happen, let's say that Romney is defeated. You would think that the Republicans would say, okay, man, we messed this up. We had a good chance to get, Barack Obama out and to increase our numbers in the House and the Senate, and instead we lost the presidency and we lost seats in the House and we lost seats in the Senate, and it was just a total defeat. You'd think that they would say, okay, well, next time what we have to do is be more moderate, be less hateful, be less confrontational, and try to be a responsible party and try to be, the loyal opposition. But that's not going to happen. What will happen if the Republicans lose is that the extreme, hardcore right wing of the Republican Party is going to say the reason that we lost was that we didn't run a real conservative. If we'd have run a conservative, then the American people, who they would say are, conservative, they're not, but they would say then, we would have won. And so then they have the same conflict over again. Actually, I think the best thing for the Republican Party, and maybe for the nation, would be if the Republican Party split. The extreme hardcore right people, they could be the Conservative Party, or they could be the Tea Party, or something like that, and then so you would have the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and the Conservative Party. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think what I said was the scenario is going to happen. I think the Republicans are going to lose, and then I think things will continue. You know, the next time it'll be the same thing. The hardcore right-wing Republicans are going to say, well, the reason we lost was we didn't run a real conservative. Getting off of politics, I went and had lab work drawn. My doctor wanted me to have lab work done. I had lab work done. And I'd just been to the doctor last month, and that's when he said, he said, wait a month to do the lab work. And so when I went to the doctor's office, he made up the prescriptions and everything. I'm not sure if he messed up or if the pharmacy's messed up, but I just noticed yesterday I ran out of my medication. I noticed I didn't have one of my blood pressure medications, and it doesn't show up as CVS having it on there when I go to the website. So I don't know whether the doctor sent it over and they didn't get it, or in the system. So I took my last of that blood pressure this morning. The other thing is this other blood pressure medication I've been taking, a different one. I have been taking it twice a day, and I just yesterday picked up a prescription for that at the pharmacy, and it's written for once a day, so I've got to check into that. I worked hospital security for about 30 years, and I would see these old people coming into the hospital. Sometimes it helped the ER when they were really busy. They'd come in with bags of medication. And sometimes I would go through the bags and write down all the medications so the nurse would have it and they could put it on the chart. But I'm not to that point yet, but I hate taking any medications. And until just the last few years, I never took anything. Didn't take aspirin, didn't take anything. Now I got a little bag, I yesterday got my high school alumni newsletter. I just love it. I didn't know. I think it's just last year that I started getting it. I didn't know. I graduated in 1959. I didn't know we had a high school alumni association. I wish I'd been getting these all along, but here's a picture. This was 1958, so I was in high school. I was there then. That's the rifle team, and that's Harry S. Truman presenting him with a trophy or whatever. That was those guys were wearing on Friday we wore the dress uniform. The other 4 days we wore the non-dress uniform. I forget his name, U.S. Army Sergeant here. We had our school was what you call a 55C ROTC school, meaning we did more training and we were military all the time. Where at other schools, high schools usually had, 2 days a week or 3 days a week for an hour or two military. We had it all the time. So we had a officer and a non-commissioned officer assigned, and the officer, Colonel Per-Raimi, I remember his name, he'd been in the Bataan Death March, and because of that his eyesight was really bad. He had to use a big magnifying glass to read anything. I can't remember this sergeant's name. I know, well, both of them were very nice. I know this gentleman was very nice, the sergeant. I can't remember his name. Maybe it's in here. No, let's see. No. Anyway, I like getting it. Okay, I went out and I have used my rice cooker now twice. I've been making it out of the box, taking a box and doing it from the box, and that's working out okay. I bought a 5-pound bag of jasmine rice over at a Mexican store here that I can walk to easily. It was about $8. I'm not sure if that's expensive or not. I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm recording this using, of course, my Logitech C910 camera, and I'm using the microphone on the camera. You might have watched my video before where I hooked up my blue ball USB microphone, but I just don't have the room for it. I put the big old stand here and I just don't have I need a bigger desk. So I'm back and I'm using AVS Video Recorder to record this. AVS, what are they? You can look it up that way. Okay, AVS for You software. But you can just do a search for AVS. I bought it years ago, and you can pay a yearly amount, or you can pay a flat amount and get a lifetime registration key for all. And you pay one amount, and they get like 15 programs or more, and they're pretty nice programs. And right now I'm using the AVS Video Recorder program to do this, and we'll see. I think that anyway. So I'm using it, and they've got a audio recorder and a ringtone maker and everything, and you get it all for a flat fee. Oh, what I was going to say was I bought it years ago, and in 2009 I formatted my computer, and I think I was running a new Windows test version or beta version or something, and my registration code wouldn't work, and it said that I was trying to run it on two computers. They didn't allow that or whatever, so I contacted them. Got a message back from the guy saying, no, you're running it on 2 computers, and I said, no, I'm not. So I just said to hell with it, and so here it is, 2012, and I finally contacted them again, and a lady right away, reset the code so that I'm able to use it. So I'm going to see how it works. I'm not sure how big this file is going to be because I'm recording this in JPEG 2 at 1280 by 720, 30 frames a second. So file size may be massive. We'll see. Anyway, I think